Happy Monday, everybody. It's me, your host, Joshua R. Pangborn, and you're here with SideKick Power Hour. We are very excited to have you here as always. This is the first Monday of 2025, and what a Monday it is. Whew, I also realized I should not wear purple when I have the lighting like this because my shirt is going to keep disappearing in and out. So I apologize if I just become a floating head, y'all. This is what happens when I don't think about proper lighting and end up doing this in the dark like this. Anyway, happy Monday. I'm so excited to be here. We have a very special guest. We have the World of Kinyo tonight, but before we get there, just a couple quick updates for you from SideKick Productions. You may have seen that I have launched our Indiegogo again, so we are still raising funds for The Contract, which is our third feature film, and you can help us out by going to thecontractfilm.com. That is where you can help us donate to make the movie, support indie art films, and support queer film. We are really, really excited for this horror film. It's probably the wildest and wackiest and queerest and kinkiest and just all around most bizarre thing that we've made. And we've made some pretty bizarre stuff. So I know you will be surprised to see this because it's very, very bizarre. But I'm excited to bring this to you, and hopefully you will be able to help us support us for this. But in the meantime, go to thecontractfilm.com. You can learn more about this. And in next couple weeks, I will be announcing cast members, so you'll see official cast announcements. You'll see more information about the upcoming production because we start filming in less than 50 days. That's right, less than 50, 50, less than 50 days we will start filming, and I am very, very excited. So, if you can, help us at thecontractfilm.com, and we would be very, very grateful for that. But in the meantime, uh, Happy New Year. That's right, Happy New Year. We are very, very excited to have 2025 here. We are very grateful. This weekend was the Golden Globes, so we were very, very happy to see the Substance win an award. Thank you, Demi Moore, for bringing some horror awards. We are very, very happy about that as well. Uh, and Sidekick Productions is happy for a new year because we have it's a big new year. We have so many things coming out for you this year. And if you tuned into our YouTube channel, you saw that yesterday you got to see the next episode of Demon Doctor because Demon Doctor season 2 is finally complete. We are going to be sharing the next 5 episodes, well, 4 episodes now, over the next 4 weeks. So tune in every Sunday and you'll get to see them, or go to our Patreon and you can go and see those now. Patreon.com/Crooniverse. Sorry, Patreon.com/the Sidekick Productions. And you'll be able to see the episodes first. It was really, really exciting though. But yes, we are going to stop rambling now, and by we, it's me. I don't know what's this we thing. I guess I feel like there's multiple people here in my head probably because it's really just me here talking, but I keep saying we. So everyone, I am just tickled pink because we have a special guest tonight from the world of Kinyo, and I'm gonna bring them in right now because I want you to meet them. I have known them for several years now. Probably it hasn't been 10 years, but it's close to that. And they just launched their own YouTube channel. So I am so excited for you to hear more about them and their adventures and get to meet them because I think they're both very lovely people and I can't wait for you to agree with me. So without further ado, I bring you both all the world of Kinyo. So hello.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Josh.
Hi.
How you doing?
How are you both?
Very
Yeah,
well,
good.
thank you. Very good.
How are you? Are you excited about your film?
I am so excited. Trust me, I'm happiest when I'm making a movie, and I'm gonna be very, very happy in about 50 days because I'll be making a movie. So yay! But
And how long does it take to film one of those films that you do? Is it like a week, 2 weeks, or is it like a
so the
longer?
production for this next movie will be about 9 days probably. So we're slated right now to film from February 22nd to March 2nd, and I think that will it'll be a tight turnaround, but it will be a lot of fun, and it'll be like 14-hour days of filming. But
Well,
we don't need to sleep. We can
no
sleep,
rest of the weekend.
but what about you both? You are both here. Why don't you introduce yourselves to the audience first, both of you?
Okay, right. So I'm Kinyo. I'm Portuguese and I live in the UK, and this is my partner, Padza.
Yep, Dan, aka Pazza. So, yeah.
And you're from the UK, Paza? Yes.
I am.
Yes.
Originally from Leicester, and I moved up to a place called Barnsley, which is up north, about 7 years ago now. So.
Yeah. So we are like Yorkshire lads at this moment in time. I'm a Portuguese Yorkshire lad at this moment in time. So yeah.
That's a great blend. It sounds like a perfect blend of spices or something. So
Yeah. It's a lovely part of the world over here. So.
And the past couple of days we've had quite a lot of snow, so it's been cold week.
Oh,
this
lovely!
one.
We got a little bit of snow in New York today, like an hour's worth of snow, and I was very happy. So, but I wish we had more snow. So,
yeah, we get the minutest bit here, and the country grinds to a halt. Nobody can drive, nobody can walk, nobody can do nothing.
It's the same with rain. The UK. It's the same with rain. A bit of rain.
But it rains every day in the UK. So
yeah, true.
Yes, everyone thinks the UK is very glamorous, and it's great, but yeah.
Well, I was there for 4 days, and I thought it was the most glamorous place in the world. So I loved it. So.
It's the foreigner perspective, I guess.
Yeah.
It's true.
Next time you're over, you have to come and visit us in Barnsley next time.
Yeah.
Well, the next time I come, I'm planning to be there longer, so I plan to be there and make a bit more of a tour of the country. I did get to see Bath, and I did get to see Stratford upon Avon, but I was there for like a few hours. So,
well, we're geographically very lucky because we're between three cities: Wakefield, Leeds, and Sheffield. But we have lovely towns. We have York, an hour away from us, which is a lovely place. We have lovely little towns, little villages. We have the Pennines. We have the Peak District. So we're very lucky where we live. So you have to come and see. You might even find locations for some future films. Who knows?
Well, I mean, with that invitation, I have to go. So there, you're right. So, how long have you been in the UK, Kinyo?
Sorry?
How long have you been in the UK?
16 years.
16
I'm almost,
years.
Yeah. I'm English now, so yeah, that's it.
Basically, yeah. You're no longer Portuguese.
Give me away. I think otherwise I could just pass by an English bloke.
I've been trying to learn a bit of Portuguese, but I'm not very good at it.
No, he hasn't.
A little bit.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying on the app, that Duolingo app, which is quite good. But,
yeah.
Well,
it's
just
actually very
say
good.
obrigado. That's all you need to know is obrigado, I guess.
It.
So.
Yeah.
Do you travel to Portugal a lot, or?
We haven't been for a while, actually. A couple of years ago since we last went.
Yeah. 2022 in February, I think was the last time I went because I had to take care of my passport. I was going to travel in on a cruise and I didn't have my passport updated, so I had to go. It was like very stressful time back then.
I mean, I'd like to go back to visit there again, but you're not too fussed about going back to Portugal.
It's not that I'm not fussed. Of course, I love Portugal. I adore Portugal, and I love my family and my friends. But just when I go there, it's not like a holiday because obviously you have to go and see everyone, and it ends up being very, it's like a chore almost. And yeah, so it's I don't relax too much when I go to Portugal. But maybe I can go and try a different perspective. Maybe I can do some filming for the channel now.
On our latest trip, we had a layover for a few hours in I think it was Lisbon Airport. So he was happy because we could get the Portuguese custard tarts at the airport cafe.
Yeah.
So very nice.
You know what? That's what I miss the most about Portugal. It's the food. I dream about food. I dream that I'm eating Portuguese food. It's just lovely.
I don't actually know what Portuguese food is. Like
it's very varied. Yeah, there's lots of fish, lots of meat. I don't think you can specify because it's not very. But it's great. It's really really good.
Is it very similar to Spanish food?
Like a culinary trend to the channel and do like a cuisine from Portugal and then go and show the food.
Well, and let's talk about that for a second. What is the World of Kinyo?
Okay, so the World of Kinyo is a channel about traveling. So I have a big passion for traveling. I've been traveling all my life, and I've been blessed to go into many places, into many different places of the world. And around 3-4 years ago, I was thinking maybe I should do something with it, because I do travel a lot, and why don't I do something with it? Now I have a film degree, and so I know how to film. I know a lot about cameras. I know how to edit. I'm good with graphs. So I thought one day I'll do that, something like that. But it was never like set in stone. So we started going on holidays and we started filming, but never, trialing it out, until I realized that actually there's something here that's visually interesting. I think me and Paz are interesting people and have good dynamics as well. So I decided, okay, let me just put some videos together, see how it all looks. So it took around 2 years for me to kind of, create the graphics, choose the cameras that I wanted to do, go to places and film. All that process takes a long time. Because I didn't want to do just a crappy channel, something that people see for 2 seconds and then go away. I wanted to have a motif for my channel, which is mostly about information about excursions, information about hotels, information about places, but with a little flair of being done by 2 bears. Very body positive. And yes, so that's how it started. And then was all in my head, I was all thinking about these things. And then when you start doing the stuff, and this because you are an artist yourself, is when you start finding difficulties, because your technique needs to develop. You need to get better at doing good editing, creating good graphs, creating good transitions, be good at storytelling. Because people think that videos are you just put film and then put it there, but actually you need to have a story going along to keep people interested. So yeah. So it took me a while, but here we are. So it's now live. It's been live for a week.
Yeah, it went live on Friday.
Oh, sorry, for live on Friday, yes.
Yeah, launched it live on YouTube, so he's got his channel up and running.
Yeah, I was so nervous.
It's been a long time coming, and he's the one with all the creativity and all the design and the music and whatnot. I'm along for the ride. I enjoyed the traveling, the adventure, do a bit of filming along the way.
No, he's not doing himself credit. He's actually fantastic at filming. Yeah. He has the most steady hands that I've ever seen. If he grabs the camera and is filming, you'd think that it's been done by
a gimbal.
Just amazing.
Well, that is a skill, because steady hands are such a value in filmmaking.
It's incredible. Because when I film, it goes like, and then I have to do a lot of things to correct it. When he films, beautiful. Looks like a professional.
We've recently bought a drone as well, so we've been using that to get some really good aerial shots.
Oh, very cool. Okay.
So the channel, it has a storyline that I've told you, but also it's about visuals. So we have 3 different types of visuals that we have. We have the normal cameras that film normally in 4K. Then we have the 360 that gives us a little bit more dynamic perspectives. And then we have the drone footage. So we try and kind of create something that is not very stagnant. It's kind of upbeat and to the point. But at the same time realize that it's not all about us. Some of the videos that we have do not include us, maybe some drone footage or some informational videos, but I'm going to try and kind of have the most of it be with us present.
Well, I've seen all the stuff you do that you've posted on Instagram and everything over the years. You have very dynamic and exciting videos that you create. So I know that this will be something really fun to watch over YouTube over the next forever, basically. So
yes,
I'm excited. So
yeah, and everyone that's watching, please subscribe to my channel. I need more followers. I need as many followers as possible.
Yes. What is your channel? It's youtube.com
at worldofkinyo.com. The World of Kinyo, just World of Kinyo, at World of Kinyo.
Super easy to find,
put it on
everybody.
the chat as well, so that people can go and have a look.
And if you've been following if you're in YouTube right now, Kinyo has been nice enough to comment as well, so you can just probably click on them, and then you'll be able to follow them there. But they do a lot of really fun stuff. So
at the minute, we've got some drone footage of the places we've been to. We've got hotel reviews, we've got excursion reviews, boat trips, quad biking, and that's what I like, is the more adventurous side of things and the excursions, because these all-inclusive holidays, as much as I like sitting back on a lovely beach and relaxing and enjoying the sea, I get a lot of cabin fever, so I like to be out there doing things and exploring. So it's bringing people along on the ride with us really to experience it.
I had a big dilemma actually when I was going to launch a channel, because I have footage from many places around the world, right? And I was thinking maybe I'm going to launch and it's going to be like a shebang. It's going to be, now let's see Curacao, now let's see Paris, now let's see. And then I was thinking, well, but maybe you're going to have followers that want a little bit of more of a story beginning to end. So then I decided, okay, let's kind of contain it. So I started with videos from Cape Verde, and then a couple of videos from Turkey. But there's loads of places that I have filmed in, and that are going to make the appearance in the next weeks.
Hi Jimmy, welcome. We're glad that you could be here.
Hello.
So what? It's probably hard to pick, I would imagine. But what's your favorite place you've been to? I'm sure that's everybody asks you that question, but I'm just curious.
I'd like to say one of my favorites was recently, and it was when we were on a cruise around the Caribbean. It was Dominica. And we did an excursion. We'd been there previously, and we didn't think we'd like it that much, but I absolutely loved it, because we were on an excursion where parts of the Pirates of the Caribbean were filmed, and we went swimming through like a rainforest gorge with all the trees and the canopies over us, and like cave walls on either side. So that was really adventurous for me. But we've been so many beautiful places. I enjoyed Cape Verde as well. There's crystal clear blue waters. There's too many to choose from, really. I don't know about you.
Well, okay. So here's my perspective, right? So you have the postcard places that you know you're going to like because you've seen it many times, like places like Barbados, Curacao, and all those places. I always leave myself open, right? So I try not to think that it's gonna be like this or like that. And when I go in, I try to enjoy the experience and the culture and the food and the places from almost like if I hadn't planned it at all. So it's really hard for me to say I like this place more than another, because every single place that I go to is so unique, and it has its own vibe and its own aura. But I understand what Daniel is saying. So Dominica in the Caribbean is not your typical Caribbean island. It doesn't have your white sandy beaches with crystal clear waters. It's a rainforest island, and the experience was amazing. But that doesn't mean that was my favorite place. I liked so many. I've been to so many places. It's really hard for me to pin down one. And I think throughout my life, whenever I've been to a place, I like that place a lot, and then I go somewhere else, and then I like another place, and it's almost like I'm joining places together, and then creating like a portfolio of places that I've been in and that I like. And there's nothing that I like more than another. To be honest.
Well, you're both so super adventurous. I mean, I met you in person, I think, when you were doing like a tour of like the U.S. Like you did. How many cities was that tour? I think you did like 10 cities, or
this was like what, five, 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So
2017, I think, or 2018.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So we flew to San Francisco on that specific trip. Then we went to Las Vegas. No. Then we went to Los Angeles, then Las Vegas. Then we drove from Las Vegas to the Grand Canyon and to Monument Valley. Then we came back to Las Vegas, flew all the way to New York. Then went on a bus from New York to Washington, D.C., and then back to New York. And that was 21 days. It was fantastic. I loved it. But at that time, I was not doing any filming, so we don't have anything like that. But one day we might.
I'll tell you a little funny story. When we came to see you in your office in the Empire State, I forgot to put a memory card in the camera, so I was taking photos. I didn't get any photos.
It was beautiful photos of New York, blah blah blah. And when we got to the Empire State Building and we were taking pictures from the view from the windows, I was like, "Oh, let me see the pictures that you took." And then we realized you had been taking pictures of nothing.
Oh no!
Well, I'm laughing now, but I wasn't very, very happy at the time.
No, of course, yeah. I was very lucky that they both came to visit me in my office when back then my office was located in the Empire State Building, as I said. So we were on the 63rd floor of the Empire State Building. So it's quite a view when you're working there. And I love to have guests come by when I was working there. I don't work there anymore because the office we changed offices, but at the time, it was a lovely treat for people
It
to
was
come
lovely. It
visit me.
was,
So.
we were very welcoming. Thank you for that.
And also, they both appeared in Skeleton Crew, so
Oh, yeah.
they did some nice cameo work for us in Skeleton Crew.
Yeah,
So
it
if you
was
saw
lovely. I want me.
season 4, yes, you were the couple kissing in the bar. So
Correct.
That's it.
Correct.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was good fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was really, really great. And we'll have to have you back someday to do more of that. But
Yeah, sure. More snugging, please.
that's all we need people to do is kiss. So,
Exactly.
So what has there been any place that you've been to that was sort of surprising to you in some way?
So Daniel's already mentioned Dominica. Let me think. A place that was
I think Egypt, because I had some preconceptions of Egypt, particularly where we were going, as being quite a grotty place and not very neat or tidy. And it was lovely where we went to, and it was crystal clear waters. There was tropical fish when we went snorkeling. It was great. There was a bit of coral reef outside the hotel we were staying. So my mindset going there was completely changed.
Yeah,
based on where we stayed.
Actually, the clearest waters we've ever seen live have been in Egypt.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough.
Really?
There's a white beach, white sun.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name.
Yeah.
Which is in one of the national parks called Ras Mohammed, and it's stunning. And you think that you are like in the Maldives or somewhere like that.
What freaked me out on that, we did a boat trip and did some snorkeling, which we were a big fan of. Loved doing that. But we saw some sharks below us, and I freaked out.
We didn't see some sharks. Let me just let
Yeah.
me correct. I saw some sharks,
and he pointed them out to me, and then
he was like,
"Yeah, I was just swimming away
swimming.
nicely," and then he pointed these sharks, and then you can hear me on the camera go, "Sharks, sharks!" through the snorkel.
So he was swimming very happily, and I was like, and he looks at me, and I go, I pointed it down, and then down this coral reef, like down at the bottom, you could see like one shark, and it was like he entered panic. But actually, then when we look at the footage, there's actually 3 sharks, because one wasn't enough. There's 3.
You've never seen me swim so fast back to the boat in my life.
Yeah. It was panicking.
I would be terrified. Do you know what kind of sharks they were?
I don't know. No, they were dark. They were like
they weren't close. They were at the bottom.
Yeah. And I don't even know the size that I can't even figure out what size they were because it was so deep.
Big enough to see.
So I don't know if they were small, if they were big, if they were maybe mother, father, and child. Whatever.
That would be terrifying. Thank
corals in Egypt in that park are stunning. Because you think of Egypt and you think of the pyramids and you think of all the Egyptian history, but you don't think about tropical scenarios. You don't think about.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't really think about going snorkeling in Egypt. I would think about the pyramids and everything.
Yeah. Actually, it's going to be one of the videos that's going to come out in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to do it because it was so unexpected.
I look forward to that. Then that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So both of you are obviously you are traveling as a gay couple.
Yep.
How has traveling been as a gay couple? Do you find it to be? Are there any places where it's been something that you were found difficult or nervous about, or because that's always something that I'm aware of or thinking about. I'm like, well, I really don't know if I want to go there because I don't want to take any risks being a gay person.
I think we're very conscious when we're choosing our travel destinations and we do our research. Thankfully, where we've been, I don't feel that we've faced any problems, even in the places where I thought we may potentially, like Egypt, for example.
Yeah, Egypt, yeah.
And then we were fine there. But I think the resorts that we've been to have been sort of family-friendly type of resorts, and it hasn't been more independent places. I don't know, but
I normally do the planning, right? And I do a lot of research, and I investigate properly to make sure that we are safe.
Yeah, but there are definitely parts of the world and certain countries that I would completely say no to go in.
Yeah,
as much as I'd like to maybe go there, I wouldn't do.
Yeah, but then I think the world is opening up. So I think depending on where you go, if you do the right research, you might find that actually it's okay. Of course, you're not going to be, going out and snogging everywhere and holding hands. We're going to be very conscious of being discreet. But at the same time, I'm me wherever I go. So, yeah. But yeah, the places that I usually choose are places that I think are going to be okay. So, yeah. Actually, that's an interesting point. I might do a video about that. LGBT traveling. What are our experiences, and where has it been okay, and where it hasn't. But we never had a bad experience.
No.
Never. I remember this was years ago. I wasn't with Daniel. In 2012, I think I went to Mexico with my then partner, and they were asking, "Where are the girls, guys? Where are the girls?" That was the only thing I've ever encountered was that. But otherwise, it's been fun. We've been to so many places as well. We've been to Punta Cana. We've been to St. Thomas, St. Martin, Curacao, Bonaire, Aruba, Grenada, Cape Verde, Turkey. So basically, we've been okay. And I'm not the most discreet guy, as you can see. I'm quite flamboyant in the things that I wear.
He likes his.
You're very colorful, so.
On the beach, he's got his neon speedos on and things like that.
Yeah. I mean, I swear, I don't see it, but I swear that sometimes he goes like, "Oh my god, what is he wearing?"
That's okay. My boyfriend does the same thing. So whenever I'm wearing something loud and colorful, my boyfriend's like hiding.
That's him as well. But maybe he's gonna have some Speedos. I think I'm turning his head around for Speedos.
We'll see.
Because he's asked me, a month ago, a couple of months ago, maybe I could try some Speedos. So maybe I'm helping him.
Well, we need to plan our next trip first.
Yeah, we need to plan our next trip there for sure.
Yeah.
People will be very happy to see you in Speedos, I'm sure. So
yeah. Usually the videos that have the most views on my channel is going to be the Speedo ones. No, I'm joking.
I understand. I can relate. So
any trips anywhere that you'd like to go to next?
Well, I'll probably be doing some traveling this year for the movies that I'm promoting. So I think I'm going to Atlanta at some point in the next couple of weeks. If you don't know Atlanta is a city in the United States. I take for granted sometimes that people know the U.S. geography, so I forget sometimes
the
that
US is
people.
worldwide appeal.
Well, maybe not for long. I mean, we'll see how
Well,
see how the next couple of years go.
But more.
But so I'll probably go to Atlanta. I might be going to Philadelphia, and probably another couple other cities. Side note: if anyone wants me to come to their city and show my movies, reach out, and I will find a way to hopefully be able to do that. So we'll see. But I mean, if I go abroad again, I'd love to go back to the UK. I really would. I would love to see more of it and spend more time there because it was a really fun couple days, and I would love to just be there longer and just get a chance to. Well, I was telling you before the show, have more strawberries, really, because strawberries in the UK are the best strawberries I've ever had in my life, and I love strawberries.
Must say, yeah, it's the best thing in the UK is the strawberries.
But also theater is so much cheaper there. It's so great. It's such beautiful theater, and then it's also just cheaper there. It's than what I see in Broadway. So also a plus. So, but I don't have anything planned for travel right now. Really, nothing is. It's when I spend most of the money I spend goes towards filming. So that's where I focus on it. But if I have a reason to travel, I will. So we shall see. But
well, you'll be welcome here.
I would love to come and visit you both and see the UK. Go on one of your very famous car rides that you take together that we see in the videos and all. So, what about you two? What do you hope the next trips will be?
So we don't have anything planned yet. But we have discussed about maybe Japan this year.
Japan.
Yeah.
Would this be the first time for both of you?
Yes, it would be the first time.
Do you know who Joanna Lumley is at all?
Oh yes, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, she's done a very nice series traveling across Japan, like a travel documentary. And she's shown all the cherry tree blossoms and all the temples and all the
Yes, of
really want
course.
to follow in her footsteps and do the same sort of trip.
That would be a lot of fun. Japan is I have never been there, but I have many Japanese students that I work with, and Japan seems like a lovely place. So
Mm.
you will both enjoy it a great deal, I believe. So plus, it's very popular with bears. Bears love to go to
Is it?
Japan.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, it is. We also thought about Sardinia. Sardinia in Italy is a big island, stunning island. And we've been planning for maybe about 2-3 years, but we never actually materialized. That's another place that we'd like to go. Likely, maybe we'll end up in Portugal at some point this year as well. And we're thinking as well, maybe doing a series about the towns around where we live, because we live in a really beautiful part of the world, and sometimes you kind of take it for granted. And I think it'd
Yeah.
be nice to kind of to share the stunning surroundings, the towns themselves. They're all like postcardy.
When it's a bit
towns.
warmer, anyway.
Yeah, maybe closer to the it's never going to be warm, but it's going to be warmer.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I noticed. I noticed because when I was doing a little tour of the region around London, the towns are so cute. They're like
Yes.
they're like exactly they're straight from movies. Like everything that you see in a movie about like cute little British movies. These towns are amazing, and I'm like I would
up
love to
north,
just
even
spend
more
time
so.
there.
Even more so up north. In the UK, I find that the cities are all the same, except for London and Edinburgh. They are very unique. Every single other town looks the same. And Manchester is a bit different. So you can go to, I don't know, Newcastle, and then you can go to, I don't know, Coventry, and then you can go to Leicester. You feel like you're in the same place, but it's the villages that actually are very unique. And yes, and we live in as I said, in the beautiful part of the world. So we might do a series of videos about the beautiful UK, and yeah, but otherwise we don't have anything planned. But I have so many videos to edit.
That's going to take up most of your time.
When I go to bed, I'm just editing. So,
but I think
editing
for this
takes
month,
a long time. So
he's got a good back catalogue now. So over this month, he's got, I believe, one video launching per day at the moment.
Well, I'm kind of releasing videos, but then kind of I don't know the word, putting some shorts in the middle. So not just video.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Yeah, it's a good mixture of longer informative
mixing,
videos.
Bro. I was just saying mixing. Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing now. So today I did a few shorts. I've launched a few shorts.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's going to be a review video that we've done of a trip in Cape Verde.
Yeah. So anybody that has subscribed and does watch the videos, it'd be great to get some feedback and comments on those.
Yes,
as well, would be really appreciated.
Yeah, because I need to know what resonates well with people. What do people want to see? What actually is working? What isn't? So that I can focus on the stuff that is actually interesting for people to see.
Or suggestions of where you'd want us to travel to review.
What's interesting as well, so I spoke with so many people, and different people want different things. Somebody told me that my videos were too long once, so I made shorter videos. And somebody told me, oh, your videos are too short now. Then people said, well, maybe you do bite-sized videos here and there. And other people say, well, I'd prefer a longer video. So it's almost hard to cater for everyone, but I want the feedback because obviously I want to know what's working and what isn't.
But the most important thing to learn is you can't please everybody.
That's for sure. That's for sure. And not everyone's
I learned
gonna
that many years ago.
So,
do you plan to do anything or talk about it all traveling as a larger person?
Yeah, I did consider that. Here's the thing, right? So it's different for Daniel than for me, but I don't have limitations. I don't have to plan because I'm going to be. I'm a larger person. I have to be careful, and so I don't do a lot of that. So, but I need to incorporate it because obviously Daniel has his perspective as well, and it's a bit different. Things like, for example, what seats do you choose on an airplane? When you go to the hotels, what beds do you choose as well?
Yeah.
So those things I might talk about, but they've never been like the deciding factor for anywhere I
No.
went.
I think the only sort of limitation when I wanted to book some excursions, there was things like weight limits and things like that. So
Yes.
it's good to know if
Yes.
you can or can't do certain things.
That's what we always see. So whenever we do book an excursion, we see what the weight limit is. And I've now reached the point where my weight limit is above. Before I used to be a bit thinner, so I used to be able to go on things. Now I can't anymore. So I'm with Daniel on that one. Actually, it's a good, interesting thing to say as well. But maybe talk a little bit about that in my videos.
On the plus side, one thing where it was in our benefit was we went to some salt lakes. It was like a high percentage of salt in the water, so you're naturally buoyant. So we're just floating there, relaxing, no problems in the world.
But we buoy very easily.
Exactly.
So with the salt even more.
Yeah.
It was actually hard to get up,
Yeah.
but afterwards that was funny.
Although I imagine, Daniel, you probably burn like I do in the sun.
Yeah,
so.
I say that in lots of videos. I always have to take my sun cream with me.
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to make me burn.
Yeah.
No, I think about the sun and I burn. So I imagine you're the same way. So.
Yeah. And you, whenever you go to places there, it's like tepid, where it's like 20, 25s.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most dangerous places to go, because you think that you're fine, and then suddenly you're sunburned and you don't even understand how.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's very I've had some bad days because of that. So yes.
But usually, I also get sunburned. Because I'm more adventurous than he is. Of course, he's more careful, and then I end up being the one that gets sunburned, and he doesn't. So
yeah, as soon as I get to the beach, I'm just like, "Where's the nearest bit of shade?"
Yeah.
I wear my little sun hat, and then I
yeah
keeps it safe that way. So do you prefer traveling to warmer climates? Is that because it sounds like a lot of the places you go have been warmer?
Yeah. I mean, it's mostly because the UK is colder, so we see the appeal in warmer places. However, I wouldn't kind of say no to places like Iceland and the Nordic countries like Sweden.
I'd like to experience that at some point.
Yeah. He's more open to that. I think I've not turned that way yet, but when I turn, it's going to be full on.
I think traveling with you, kind of the stat we've got when we go to the hotels, and he does all the research and he knows what he likes, and I kind of go along with it.
He doesn't go along with it. He just lets you do everything.
But I'm quite happy with, I don't know, somewhere cheap and cheerful, whereas you want to go to the nice places.
Yeah. He would go like to Benidorm any day, right? He would go to like one of these, tacky places. I'm like, no, let me just investigate here. The thing that I like to research is things that are affordable enough, but also have that luxury side to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to go to, and also, since I started thinking about the channel, I also think about things where there's not a lot of information online. There's not a lot of videos, hotels or the area itself. So it takes longer to research those places because there's not a lot of information. But then I have videos that nobody else has. So that's also been.
I'm just grateful we're in a position where we can do these and enjoy it and
we're very,
make the
very
most
blessed.
of it.
We're very blessed.
Yeah.
Well, another dear friend of mine, Spencer, is in the chat, and he has suggested that what about hosting a plus size vacation that we can all go on together?
That'd be amazing.
Any suggestions on location? Where would you want to go to?
Well, I think Spencer just got back from Europe, or he might still be there right now. But he is based out of California. I know that. So
yeah, San Diego is.
Yes.
Where we've been to? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
The last couple of years is to a bear event in Spain in Sitges. That's been really good. Excuse me, been coughing quite a lot. So yeah,
it's that bear cough from Sitges. That's what happened. You get bear cough. So
yeah, we've not been to many bear events actually. That was the only one. We've only been to Sitges really.
Well, there's all sorts of them in the U.S. So
yeah, there are.
Maybe Vegas.
Yes, Vegas, yeah. Mexico, there's one in Mexico.
There is one in I think it's Beef Dip is in Mexico. I think in Puerto Vallarta, and then and then Bigger Vegas is this year. So is and then Cannonball has become more and more popular in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So
we have a lot of friends that are from America, and some of them we've met in cities as well, and they say that I actually prefer going to Europe. I think that the American events are very overpriced. I've heard about that. I don't
I'm
know.
sure they are.
Yeah,
I have actually never been to a bear event. So
never.
I've
No way.
never. I have never been.
Ah,
Um, I
there
keep
you go.
saying, "Hey,
I'm looking to
invite me
one.
as the entertainment. Bring me as bring Sidekick Productions to entertain the people
Oh,
there."
no,
But
you should be like a guest of honor on one of these events.
no, they don't ever want me there. I don't
Oh,
know what
it's
it
shocking.
is.
Shocking. I think you should wear that silk shirt that you got, I saw on the opening scene. You have
Yes,
like
yes, yeah.
those skimpy shorts and that silk shirt.
Well, the next movie that I have is going to be very, very skimpy
Ooh,
and
are you going to be in
very.
it?
Yes, I'm always in my movies.
Yay.
There's no fun
Are
if
you
you
the
don't
main
actually
character?
act.
Are you the main character?
In this one, I actually am. I usually am
Yay!
not the main character, but in this one I have cast myself as the lead. So
Good.
basically, if you like seeing me tied up and naked, then there you go, everybody. Tune in.
So when you're looking for a release date on that, would you say?
So probably this fall, I hope. Realistically, it's not impossible to do that. So maybe we can coincide with Spencer's suggestion, and we'll do a release date where I travel to whatever it is that you're doing for your plus size vacation, and we will all have a nice synergy. Is the word that we go with. So.
We could all do a cruise and then we can go to different places. That'd be cool
That
as
would be
well.
fun. I
Is it?
mean, I've traveled with a group of bears on cruises before. It's really nice to do that. So,
Yeah.
Well, the
what
one
is
we
your
did
favorite cruise
recently,
line? Oh, what was that,
well,
Daniel?
the only one we've been on so far is Princess, and it's the same ship that we went on both times, the Enchanted Princess. But the most recent one we went on, it sailed out of New York. So we had the 3 days in New York and then got on the ship there.
I
I
haven't
quite
been
like
on a.
celebrity cruises.
I've never been on a princess cruise, but the last cruise I did was Virgin Voyages, and Virgin
Yeah.
was great because there are no children. So
Yes, I
Yeah.
mean on this one that we went to, no children. Well, like almost no
Yeah,
children.
2 or 3. That's
That's
all we
important
saw.
for me as well. I mean, I love children, but not close to me and screeching, please. That'd be nice.
but Virgin also has an onboard drag queen, which I thought was really cool as well. So
Is that
Oh.
Levoir? Was it?
not it could have been not, it wasn't Lavoie, but they have their own version of Lavoie basically.
Right.
Her name was Gila Moonstar.
Okay.
So, but Lavoie is great. I'd love to see Lavoie on a cruise. She was very, very popular in the United States during the last UK Drag Race. So,
Well, was she? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen you a Drag Race fan. Oh yeah.
oh yes, yeah, I watch
Yeah.
all the drag races.
Sad
Because
news about the Vivian. If you heard that.
terrible news. Over the shocking, really shocking. It
Yeah.
came the day after shocking news about Aubrey Plaza's husband too.
Yeah.
So it was like a 1-2 punch kind of thing. I was like, oh, that's terrible, and then oh, that's really terrible. That's awful.
Yeah.
But,
We actually saw the Vivian this year. We
Yeah,
went to
a
see
few
the
months
Wizard of
ago.
Oz, and she was playing the Wicked Witch of the West.
oh, that must have been wonderful.
Yeah. So we saw, and she was great. She
Yeah,
she
she did a
sang
good
as well.
job.
It was
The Vivian
so
is so talented. She was such a delightful performer to watch. I
yeah.
loved watching her work. So
Mm.
it was very shocking to see.
Yeah.
But the UK has great drag queens in general. I think that the UK drag is really quite talented. So
Mm.
I love always to watch a good drag queen from the UK. Um but yeah, and then there's also you could also do an Alaskan cruise. That could be fun.
Yeah. I mean, I think the northern hemisphere is going to be explored at some point. But there's so many places I want to go to. Brazil is another place that I'd love to go to.
Oh, you've never been to Brazil before?
No. No.
I just feel like Brazil was like one of the first places you would go. It feels like such a new
Yeah,
place.
And I have loads of Brazilian friends, and my sister lived there for many years, and I have my nephew that lives there. They have a lot of excuses to go to Brazil, but I've never gone. But Brazil is so big as well, so
It is,
you're
yeah.
never going to be able to do like, oh, I've seen everything in Brazil because you
No, Brazil is
spend years.
huge. It's so big. So,
Yeah, Bora Bora is
um,
another one that I'd love to go to. I mean, there's so many places. I mean, God continue bless us with the possibility of going places. That's what we want, and I'd love the channel to become self-sustainable so I can go to even more places. That's why I need subscribers. Please subscribe to my channel, watch my videos, comment, tell me what's working.
We want to get the travel companies on board as well, and yeah.
well, that's a huge thing to do. When I was getting ready for the Virgin Cruise, I realized how many people get paid to just go on the Virgin Cruises and review them. I was like, this is amazing to see all this. So,
Yeah,
Spencer has
I mean,
another suggestion.
I don't have like aspirations of becoming like a YouTuber. I do it because I love what I do, right?
Sure.
If it happens, I would say no, right? But it doesn't deter from what I enjoy doing in the places that I've been. I'll continue traveling regardless. And but yeah, if I could, make it self-sustainable, that'd be great. That'd be a dream.
A cruise from Quebec City to Newfoundland to Nova Scotia to Boston is one of the best cruises to take in the world, according to
All right.
Spencer, which I did not know, but that sounds lovely. So,
Cruises are nice, aren't they?
Yeah.
The first time we went, we weren't really sure because when you stop at the ports, you don't stop it with enough time to kind of enjoy the places where you go to. But the second time around that we went this last November, it was
I
quite nice.
never thought I would like a cruise, and then I did my first cruise, and I'm like, I love cruises. This is amazing. So,
Yeah.
I think the second one we've done recently was a better experience because the first one we did, it was coming out the tail end of COVID, so all the operations and everything wasn't fully back up to standard or operation.
We have to wear masks as well.
Yeah. So, but yeah, this one we did was great.
Yeah, and there was more sea days as well, so there was more time to relax. So it was good.
I like sea days. I'm a big fan of them. I know that people want to get to the cruise ports, but I'm like, give me a couple more sea days. I would like that. So,
well, actually, for me, the sea days are essential because I do so much filming that if I don't have sea days in the middle, I'm gonna get overloaded. So yeah, and that's
true.
another thing for me as well. I think, and I said it on my live. I think one of the most difficult things to do when you're filming your travels is to actually enjoy and have fun when you're filming, and not just focus on, because there's so many things, and you know this better than anyone. But you're thinking about the shot, the camera, the lens, and eventually you'll be like, wait a second, I'm in New York here. What am I doing? And you end up not enjoying it.
Yeah, you've got to take that step back and still enjoy it whilst you're there and experience it.
Yeah, but I think I'm getting better at that.
Well, I'm making sure
that is the hard part for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it becomes a job and stops being a joy. So
yeah, I think because I'm so focused in making sure that I capture good imagery, because YouTube is all about the images, and if it's not going to be good, nobody's going to look at it. So, but I think as I got more experience, it gets easier because you know what you're doing, so you don't have to think so much. It's when I get new equipment or new things that starts getting real difficult, because I start kind of stressing out that I'm not doing something right, and sometimes I can only check afterwards to see the footage that I film, and yeah, but I have to get better.
What I panic about is crashing the drone or losing it.
Yeah,
I would be nervous about that too. So
yeah, but
drones are hard.
Drone footage.
But
yeah.
So we actually are surprisingly almost out of time.
What?
I can't believe that. Well, for you guys, it's quite late for you, I imagine. What time is it for you?
It's 2:01 in the morning.
Wow. Yeah.
I really am so grateful that you both stayed up late for me to chat with me.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. I really can't wait to see you both again sometime soon, hopefully in person. And I'm really just so sad that we missed each other when you were in New York, but I know how it is. Sometimes you travel for a couple days and you only have you have a small window for everything, so it's hard to do that. So,
but on the other side, it was fantastic weather when we went to New York. It was beautiful weather.
You did have a good time when you were here. Yes, it was a good period for you. So
I'll tell you what I enjoyed. We didn't get a chance to see any shows on Broadway, but we got to go to Ellen's, the Stardust Diner.
You went to Ellen's Stardust Diner.
That was great. Really enjoyed that.
He loves his musicals, by the way. It's his thing. He loves.
Well, he should. Musicals are great. So the very first thing I did when I was in London, the very night that we landed on our, I had tickets for Cabaret. So I went to see Cabaret. It was so good. It was such a delightful show. So
that's great.
I mean, it's a very depressing show, but it's also a wonderful show. So
good.
But no, you'll have to come back then, Daniel, to see more Broadway shows. So
for sure.
You have no choice. But
Ellen's
is a great place, though. It's a lot of fun. If you don't know what Ellen's Stardust Diner is a diner, like it sounds, but the waiters will all stop and start singing Broadway songs. So
and they're fantastic,
amazing.
Yeah, you'd expect to see them in a Broadway show. Yeah. They're that good.
Well, some of them go on to be in Broadway shows.
Yeah.
And some of them used to be in a Broadway show, and this is what happens after, because unfortunately you can't always get a regular job. So in Broadway, so alas. Well, I know that everyone is hopefully going to follow you after this and chat with you and comment on your videos and give you feedback. And hopefully you'll reach out to people like hopefully you'll take Spencer's suggestion for advice, because I think that would be the World of Kinyo vacation would be great. So
yeah, actually Spencer gave me some advice on my videos I shared with him, and he gave me a few pointers. So I'm
Spencer is a genius when it comes to all of that stuff. So I should have that makes me think I should have Spencer on the show at some point. I never really realized that, but I should. What was that? I can't believe it. Spencer, if you're in the audience, I can't believe I haven't thought about having you on the show at some point. I need to do that. So how silly of me, but anyway, I also just have to say how much I love your lighting setup behind you, because it's just it's such a lovely color scheme.
This is me. Daniel, me.
I love it.
Daniel.
And you designed the shirts that you have, right?
Yeah, correct. Correct. My clothing business is a bit stagnant at this moment in time because there's only one of me and I can't do it all. But once I've established a bit more of the channel, maybe I'll kind of bring it back. Would love that.
At one point in time, everybody, Kinyo also did a lot of really awesome clothes that I was very lucky enough to have gotten some copies of. And I think he's very creative in general. So I support, and the two of them together are a dynamic powerhouse. So I can't wait to see all the adventures that you go on, and hopefully join you at some point. So
please, it'd be great. You'd be more than welcome.
I would be delighted. So everybody, we are just about out of time. I would be remiss not to remind you to A, follow the World of Kinyo on YouTube, and B, if you can, please go and donate to thecontractfilm.com, because we really need your help to make the next movie. It would be very beneficial. So help Kinyo and Daniel out by following them, and help SideKick out by going to thecontractfilm.com. And all in all, you can just help us all, and we can all work together to make a much, much better world, I think. So Daniel, Kinyo, I can't wait to see what is next for you both, and have a great night.
You too. Thank you. And thank you, everybody.
Thank you for having us.
And everybody else, I'm off next week, but I will see you in 2 weeks, everybody. So love you all.
Take care, everybody. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And that's the tea